Welcome to Tom's Tech Show, and today we're talking about the most important thing, which is backups. Hey there, welcome to Tom's Tech Show. I'm Tom, and today, seeing this is one of my first episodes, I thought I would talk about the most important thing, which is backups. I can't stress how important it is to have your files backed up, your photos backed up. We all live this heavily digital life nowadays with our phones, um, taking pictures, getting people's contact information, phone numbers, um, documents. Keeping all of that backed up is just really important. I mean, my regular job that I do, probably even up to 5% of my day is dealing with backups and making sure that the backups ran. If there's a problem, it needs to be fixed. Making sure that I'm getting notified about the backups, making the off-site backup. I mean, all these things that we need to do in a business, we should really be doing, personally. But it seems like it might be a difficult thing, but it really shouldn't. And in today's day, it really is pretty easy. We can start with our phones. Phones, both Apple and Android phones, have ways to keep things backed up. Apple uses iCloud. You can easily turn on backups on your phone. Actually, your phone will notify you that it's not being backed up. Partly because I think Apple wants to upsell you iCloud space, but still we need to do it. We need to get at least the base of documents and things that are on our devices backed up into iCloud. For Android phones, most of the information, if you have a Google account, is already stored up in Google, so you can access that on your desktop, you can access it on your phone. Google Photos allows you to easily upload and keep, almost unlimited storage, in the cloud of your photos, and that also works on the iPhone. And that's really kind of one of the important things coming off your phone, right? Is the photos that you get of your family and events and things that are going on. So using Apple Photos or using Google Photos, use either one. Just make sure you have them being backed up. I kind of prefer Google Photos because if it's under 16 megapixels, your photo, then you've got unlimited space in Google, and you're not going to have to worry about paying more or running out of space, when you have that key picture that you need backed up. So for desktop computers, I used to use a different program, but they stopped supporting desktop computers. Now I'm using a program called BackBlaze, and it's really simple, and that's what a desktop backup should be, is extremely simple. I mean, for most people, install the program, create an account, and click backup. Should be the only things that you have to do. You shouldn't have to get into any nitty-gritty, did I select all my files? Did I do something right or wrong? It should be really simple. And that's one of my rules about backups, is that it should be simple. The second rule that I kind of have is that it should be off-site. It should not be in your house. It shouldn't be just on another drive or keeping it at the office. I mean, we had a lot of houses and stuff near us that were caught in the fires recently, and if their backups weren't off-site, then they went and were burned down with the house. So, and that's just stuff that you can't get back. Hard drives fail, computers fail, so it really needs to be somewhere else. There are systems that do like the convenience of an extra copy locally, like if I just need one file or say a group of files back, I deleted a folder that I shouldn't have. It is kind of nice to have a local copy, but internet speeds, what they are today, having your backup online unless you need to restore everything, really is pretty easy having it be up online. And the third rule that I have is that it should be automatic. I should not have to click a button every day. I shouldn't have to, swap a disk, or back when we used tape, or anything like that. It should just be automatic. It should just happen, and you should be able to easily get from that automatic thing a report. Like every week, get a report saying, here's everything that's backed up. This is when your last backup was. And that gives you the confidence that, okay, I'm being backed up, everything is fine. And one other thing that I try to do is I create a file. Usually, sometimes I'll use an ISO file, which is a disk image file, or something big, like something that I can install quickly, an executable file, program that I can install, that every month or every 2 months, like the first of the month is pretty easy to do. Remember, okay, first of the month, I go and I restore that file. I restore that file to my computer, and I run it in the installation of the program. And it could be something simple as some type of notepad program, just anything, just some extremely basic program. Now, that tells me that my backups, the things that are going up into the cloud, are still valid. I have had some people call me and try and have me help them with, they had everything in AWS, they're using AWS for their backup, and now they tried to restore some files, and the files were corrupted. So that restore process every month is one of the critical things that we need to do, just to make sure that what we're putting up in the cloud, we can get back from the cloud. Typically I tell people in businesses, I go, your backup is only as good as the last time you restored a file, because from that point on, everything could be corrupted. You don't know until you've actually restored something. So go today, get something to back up your computers. BackBlaze is only $5 a month. They're not sponsoring me. They're not anything. I just use that, and I like keeping and pushing, products that I use personally, because if somebody else signs up, then that means that BackBlaze is going to stay in business, and I won't have to search for another backup program. And make sure you get everything on your phones connected and synchronized. Keep your photos backed up. Make sure you sign up for iCloud. They have a pretty inexpensive, I think it's 99-cent package for some backup for iCloud if you need more extra space, which is reasonable. But just make sure you do that. Just try and find some place today. You've got a couple hours over a weekend or something. You just sit down and do it. Just make sure you're all backed up. All right. Thanks for watching. This is Tom from Tom's Tech Show, and God bless.